This is the Element Ecto Scratch and Weather Black Edition, and it retails at around $299. This is my custom built comp crawler that costs me around $2,000. And in this video we're going to look at the difference between a ready to run, straight out of the box comp style crawler versus a dedicated comp crawler. I'm not going to get into the technicalities of competitions because I'm not an expert, but get 3 classes, 1, 2 and 3. This is a class 2 rig. Although this isn't sold as a class 2 rig, it's close enough to run them together and, well, get a comparison. So I recently went to a crawler event in the UK, East Anglian Scale Trail. East is run by some good friends of mine at Burke, Beds Electric Radio Control Club and Gareth Curtis Radio Control, and lots of other people as well. Absolutely awesome event. I'm going to say it's the best in the UK, but that's because I'm biased. It was such an awesome weekend. I think there was around 150 people there. There was multiple trails with hundreds of gates to get through. There was a class 1, 2 and 3 competition. There was a rally track. There was a sled pull. There was a bashing area. It was absolutely awesome. And it was the perfect place to take these two to put them side by side. Now the first one we look at is my comp crawler. I'm not going to go into great detail. I've done 2 videos on this. So it's just running Trill Capra axles. It's got a reef servo, G-Speed LCG chassis, 2300 kV Hobbywing axe system, Dravtech shocks, brass links there from D-Links, Proline Hyrax tyres, Punk's Customs carbon fibre wheels, StealthX gearbox from Element, which is the same as what's in that, and a newly fitted and badly painted J-Concepts creep body. Now in my original build I had this body that I made out of a Tamiya Blackfoot, which it looks way better. Such a nice looking body. The problem I had with it though is it rubs on the front, and I put a servo up there that lifted the front up. It wasn't very practical, so I swapped it out this time. All with stickers for all the stuff that's on this. Power foam's in there as well from Small & Sound. That's what around $2,000-ish gets you, or just under £2,000 in the UK. And this is the relatively, well, it's not new, the Element Ecto's not new, but the black scratch and weather one is. It's got a satin black paint on the outside, and it's got like this oxide red underneath. So you can either scratch it up naturally, like I did there, or you can get a little bit of sandpaper or Scotch Brite, and yeah, you can make it look old and weathered, which is how I feel some days. So the Element Ecto out of the box is very, very good. You've got a really nice 5-slot 550 motor there, nice and smooth. Pair that to the Reedy ESC there, which is kind of based on a Hobbywing 1060, I believe. You can run it 2S and 3S. 15 kilo metal geared servo and the infamous StealthX gearbox, which, like I've shown you, I'm running in my comp rig. The reason this gearbox is good is because you've got adjustable overdrive. Out of the box it comes with a small amount on the front. I think it's 6%, but you can change it to around 11 or 12. So overdrive gives you a bit more control on the front, especially when you're climbing. It kind of pulls the front down a little bit because the front wheels turn more than the rear wheels. Basic metal ladder frame chassis. This one's got 3 links at the front and a panhard bar. Steering link sits behind on this. That's to give you a bit more clearance up front. And the Ecto has got trailing arm suspension. So you've got trailing arms and a sway bar there rather than a conventional solid axle with links or leaf springs. So that's an overview of both. If you want to see more, I've got 2 videos on that. I've already done an unboxing and review of that. Let's go look at this as I have the first run on the class 2 competition. Well, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
So going into this first run, I hadn't done any setup on this apart from changing the body, and it came apparent pretty soon on that my steering was going to be a bit of an issue.
Where's 4's there, yeah? And then when's the bonus? When it?
So you can...
I messed this up, haven't I now? You have to go round again. I got time, haven't I? I got time.
So trying to get this bonus gate, I just couldn't get, the front just wouldn't go round.
Oh, don't do it again.
Uh-oh. And the same here. No angle, steering terrible, straight into the rock.
Yeah, I think I might. It's just not got the angle, have I?
And the problem was,
when I built this, I didn't do any setting up other than adjusting it so it sat right, it looked right, but I hadn't really thought about the technical side of it. And when I built it, I'd actually got toe in. To get that steering angle, you need a bit of toe out. I'd adjusted the endpoints, I had it full, I had the servo going as far as it could one way, far as it could the other. I just wasn't getting the angle. So adjusting the toe would have made a big difference. And then the other thing that I hadn't thought of, I'm running a Hobby Wing axe system in this, which has got FOC. And what FOC does is when you apply the throttle, it keeps the speed constant and it just increases the torque. So what you can do is you can just hold the throttle in one position, and if you're climbing, it will continue to climb, it will continue to apply torque and keep it a nice smooth run. However, I've been reliably informed that if you keep that on like a comp crawler, it gives you less control to get the front end round. This is running like a lot of overdrive at the front. I can't remember what overdrive it's running at the front, but I just couldn't hook the front round enough to actually make it a decent run. Ah. Touch. This was the biggest thing. It should easily be able to get around that angle and it couldn't. I struggled with this climb. This was gate 9, which caused me a few issues, and it caused me some issues as you'll see on the Ecto. Right, am I out of the ball? I did make it after quite a few attempts. Like, what time am I on?
You've got 20 seconds.
Oh. Oh, time out, and I roll over. What's happening? Probably out, and I. Where's 10 here? Oh, clear. So an absolutely terrible score. 5 minutes 51. So I had 9 seconds. So I had 9 seconds left. 6 reverses, 1 reposition or roll, 2 gate hits. So not a great run from the dedicated comp rig. So in theory, because that was such a bad run, the Ecto's got less work to do to prove its worth. Before we take a look at the Ecto's run, just to let you know, if you're watching this video before the 24th of June, you could be in a chance to win this. Links in the description to the prize competition, so check that out and you could win this that, well, you're watching in this video. I'm ready when you are. I wouldn't worry if he only needs to be about a gate ahead of me, he should be all right. Yeah, that's it. Pretty easy start with this. The first 3 gates weren't too bad, though. The tyres on this are the biggest weakness straight out the box. Did manage to get around though. Oh yeah, that's all right. Ah. Oh yeah, that's all right. Have I cleared that gate now? Haven't I? So yeah, I'm going to do the bonus. Yeah. Can we save it? No. Now I didn't manage this in my comp rig. So the bonus gate with this, again, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it with my comp rig. I couldn't do it with this. Although the Ecto seemed to have a better chance of doing it. That's right. There we go.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I didn't get the bonus on the last one, so. Ah! If I physically reverse, or is it if it rolls back, is that classed as a reverse, is it? Onto these gates, and again, steering. Steering was the biggest issue, but you've got to keep remembering, this is straight out the box. Ah. Yeah, I know. This is a funny bit. Again, lack of steering. And then got a little bit carried away and...
Oh, you've got to be the first one to do that.
Come on. Yeah. Impressed on this bit. It's done actually really well to get through here. No problems with clearance and stuff like that. It's doing alright, isn't it, for stock? Tyres not great, but managing okay. 9, oh 8 over there. Oh, I turtled it. I'll go left then, or whatever, yeah, that way. Whatever the way that is. It's gonna go. I think this is coming up to, I think this is gate 7 or 8 now. Messed this up. Again, just got myself hung up here. Wasn't really paying attention. Didn't have the grip on the tyres, so completely messed that gate up. Although I did get past it. What time am I on?
1 minute and a quarter.
Well, 8, that's 9 in it, so I got to go round, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, I know, I couldn't get up it. I think I gave up.
Although on my other rig, I didn't get all the way around. I had to reverse on it. So if this gets up here, I'm selling my comp rig. Gate 9, absolute pain. It's not going to do that, is it? Not going to pull it down.
The axle's in mid-time now anyway.
Oh. Didn't need to worry about that then, did we? Okay, well that proves something.
So we had a DNF from the Ecto. However, straight out of the box, ready to run. I think, can't remember what the score. Let me check the score. Now the score was 80. For those of you that do comps and know the scoring system, you'll know this. But before I reveal something to you about this versus this, look what happened on gate 9 when I was just one-handed driving, getting some extra footage.
No way. Why didn't you do that earlier?
Typical, isn't it? One-handed, no timer on, not actually doing the competition, and it went straight out that gate. If we look at the scores for the Ecto with that 80, because I got a DNF, I got 2 gates that I missed. That's 40 points. So if I had actually got past them gates, gate 9, you just saw that it did manage it. So take that. So if we take that 40 off and put that down to 40, let's assume I messed up gate 9, but I progressed through it. Let's say we got a 5, that's 45. Gate 10, again, let's just say we messed up gate 10 and we touched it. It's another 5, that's 50. I know that's just if, buts, maybes, but take the 40 points off for a DNF. If we weren't in a competition situation, there was no real time. The actual difference between me driving both of these wasn't that much at all. Now, I'm not saying that this is as good as a dedicated comp rig. I was driving both. I had a bad time with both of them. With this set up properly, with maybe someone else driving it, this would definitely be in minus figures and be much more capable than this. But this is completely ready to run, straight out the box. I think with some better tyres and maybe some brass just for a bit of lower down weight, this thing could actually be a pretty capable comp rig without much spent on it. I didn't find out about the FOC till later on in the day. I did adjust the toe on this and I did run it again, but I had an even worse run, so I'm not even gonna bother showing you that. So if anything, if this video was just completely useless to you and it didn't really prove anything, one thing it might have proven is it's not just about the rig, it's about the driver. I'm going to leave you now with some highlights from East. Absolutely awesome event. It's only held once a year. However, the guys that organise it, Burke, Beds Electric RC Club, they got a permanent club down in Bedford. I'll leave some details in the description. Open every weekend. There's events through the year there as well. Absolutely awesome facility. It is still work in progress. They're still developing, still doing more stuff, but absolutely awesome place. Get yourself down there if you're local. Even if you're not local, it's worth a trip for the day. Remember, link in the description to win this.
I'll be using the
ancient Greek and dinosaurs. If you were here, you show us remorse.